Okay, it's time for my special guest now, and he's taken 5 or 10 minutes out of his time just to talk to me today, which is a pleasure to have onto the Danny Sun radio show. Stan Cullimore, welcome, my friend.
Well, thank you. Hey, I love the way you say my name, Cullimore. I should start saying that when people say, "What's your name?" Stan Cullimore.
Well, for the benefit of myself and the listener, how do you actually pronounce your surname?
You know what? I shouldn't have mentioned it. Now I'm going to forget, aren't I? Stan Cullimore. That's it. I stress the first syllable, Cullimore, and I like the way you sort of stress the first and the third syllables.
Thank you very much.
Well, it was like sing-song yours, but it was very nice.
Yeah, oh, beautiful. We're going to talk about your time in the group, but since we're talking about your surname, have you ever been kind of mixed up with that famous footballer Stan Cullimore in the 90s?
Yes, I definitely went through a phase of that. It was taxi drivers were the main thing. When if a cab had been booked in my name, and I'd arrived, they're like, "You're not him."
Oh.
And you had to explain. Oh, the worst one was I'd say, "No, I don't beat my wife, not even a small bit." So no, that's definitely not me.
Yeah.
And I'm rubbish at football. So there you go. But so yes, that used to happen. That doesn't seem to happen anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe, who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on. You're most notable, if I'm correct, for being in the male vocal instrumental group, the Housemartins.
Uh-huh.
And you had 8 top 40 hits, which include Happy Hour and Caravan of Love, among others as well. And what was the feeling like when you hit number one with the Caravan of Love?
Well, it's most pleasant, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. It was enjoyable. Do you know what? We were staying at someone's house. I remember we were staying at someone's house, and I think I was in the bath, having a bubble bath, and Norman came in with a glass of champagne and said, "Oi, we're number one." And so we were there. It was ridiculous. I was drinking. We were, in the bathroom. We were all sort of having a laugh, drinking champagne in a bath with bubble bath.
Yeah.
With it was number one. It's most odd. Lovely. There you go. So it's very nice.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, very nice.
And of course, Norman Fatboy Slim. He went on to. I think you all kind of went on to other various projects, which we'll touch on very shortly. And I know that Christmas number one, you were kind of vying for that number one spot, but it kind of surprisingly, that Christmas number one was Rick Petite. Well, you were kind of a little bit disappointed you didn't get the Christmas number one that year, or were you just satisfied with being number one for that moment?
Do you know what? I don't remember which feeling that bothered me. I think the main thing was it was number one.
Yeah.
Because you're right. For many years afterwards, people used to say, "Of course, you were Christmas number one."
Yeah.
And I'd be the one saying, "No, we weren't actually. We were." But it was really weird. I think there were 2 charts in those days. There was the official charts, and I think there was indie radio stations had a chart or something. And I think we were the number one on the sort of not the real, the sort of the sideshow chart.
Yeah.
So officially we were on one, but not on the main one.
I gotcha.
So for a few years, or years ago, people say, "Of course you were number one, Christmas number one," and then it swapped to people now saying, "Of course you weren't Christmas number one, but you almost were." So I sort of think I don't really mind either way. It was just very nice.
Yeah,
all very nice.
Good stuff. And other hits include Five Get Excited, and then I found out you had a hit with There Is Always Something to Remind Me, which I thought was a cover version of Burt Bacharach, Sandy Shore. Until I listened to it, it's completely different song, isn't it, altogether?
Yeah. I'm afraid Paul and I always had, and Paul still's got. We used to find it amusing to write songs with titles already been taken, which, with hindsight, was a foolish thing to do, but that's what we used to do occasionally.
Yeah, true. And you were based in Hull growing up, and has the city of Hull changed from the days you were growing up there? And is the Grafton pub still standing, do you know?
Well, before all that, I haven't been up there since all the COVID craziness has kicked off, but the Grafton was going until then.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up there. I went to university there.
Yeah.
I mean, I stayed there for about 12 years and I moved away, but I still got mates who live there. So I still go back and revisit every few months.
Yeah.
Or I used to. I haven't been up for the last year. But I would say, yes, it has changed, and it's got even more glorious and lovely.
Oh, that's
lovely.
lovely.
It's a lovely part of the world.
Yeah. It's by the docks as well, the North Sea, if I'm correct, on the east side of the country.
That's exactly right. It's halfway up on the east side, just below Newcastle and above Norfolk, basically, if you're being simple.
Yeah. And you mentioned university. Did you study mathematics?
I did study maths, which has been fascinating again over the last year to spend time getting back into data and statistics. It's been great fun. So yes, I did, loved it.
And you even appeared on University Challenge.
I did a few years back. Yeah. I forget why. Someone I knew rang me up and said, "We're putting a team together. Do you want to be on it?" So I said, "Go on then." And I think we won. I think, did we win or not? No, we didn't. No, we didn't win. We got to the finals.
Yeah.
And then we didn't win in the final, so we were whatever the runner-up is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's not too bad then.
But you see, again, it's like the Christmas number one. I've never been that bothered too much about the sort of the prize.
Yeah.
I do like taking part.
Yeah.
I love the taking part. That's the fun.
Just the spirit. That's the best thing, really, at the end of the day, being a good sport.
Yeah.
And you did say, Norman, do you still keep in touch with your fellow Housemartins?
Yeah. Again, we used to catch up more. In the last year or two, it's been more just social media stuff.
Yeah.
You just chit-chat online. We haven't really rung or met. We haven't met face-to-face, obviously, for ages.
Yeah.
But yeah. Until recently we did. And I said now it's just really, photographs and social media stuff.
Oh, how cool. And Housemartins, that's a bird, isn't it? I looked at a picture of a Housemartin. They're quite graceful creatures.
They are very... Well, I was a bird watcher when I was a kid, and I'm still a bird watcher now. So, yes, they're very sweet Housemartins. Like swifts, only sort of a mixture of a swift and a swallow. Yeah. Very nice creatures.
Good. And you also become a children's author writer. Was that kind of by default, or was that something you always wanted to do, be creative?
It's something I always wanted to do. Literally, when I was a kid, I remember I had a list of things I wanted to be. Pop star, father, children's writer, children's telly. And I've done those. So I literally sort of went to the list, basically, and did all the things I wanted to do.
Yeah. So you're an all-rounder, really.
Yes, I would say I'm either a Renaissance man or I'm a jack of all trades. So I'm no good at. I can do everything, but I'm not very good at any of them. That's my thing.
Great. And finally, what do you like to do here and now as pastimes? And I notice you're quite. You have a presence on the canals barges.
Yeah, I've got a mate who, it's really weird. I've got a mate we go walking. Again, it's a bit harder at the moment. We're locked down, but generally we go out for walks and we go on canal boat holidays. I've got a couple of dogs. He's got a dog. And we go on holiday together, and he likes making films. So we make films, which he puts on my YouTube channel, Stan's Happy Hour, if anyone's interested. And it's a really good way of passing the time and having a bit of a laugh. So that's my latest thing, is being widely ignored on YouTube. Oh. Most enjoyable.
Oh, how wonderful! How wonderful! Well, not that you're ignored, not that people are ignoring you on YouTube, but how wonderful! You've got your own YouTube channel. And...
I mean, yes. Sorry, I'm just teasing. It's just great. I love YouTube. I love watching it and seeing all the stuff I can find out on it. And so it's nice to sort of join in a little bit. Yeah,
it's nice to just have your own little following as well, rather than people on YouTube. They just want loads of followers, but if you just kind of use it as just for the people and then some others as well, then it works better that way, I believe. Yeah.
Well, I went through the phase of thinking, I'll get a YouTube channel with millions of followers. Yeah. And I thought, I can't be bothered with that. I'll just do it for me and my mates, really. Yeah, great. So, anyone else who wants to come along.
Yeah. And speaking of YouTube, are you happy to put this great interview onto my YouTube Hall of Fame channel?
Yeah. Please do. What's it called?
Yeah, it's a DJ Danson Hall of Fame YouTube channel.
Oh, I shall look that up.
Yes, and be a pleasure to induct you into the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's very kind of you. Very kind.
Well, Stan Cullimore, band member from the Housemartins and author, canal enthusiasts, and basically all-rounder and top man. Thank you for joining me, Dennison, on his radio show.
Thank you for having me, Danny. It's been my pleasure.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.